Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into a new series that I came up with, and this is the Amazon EDC tech, gadgets, and gear videos. So I'm going to release these 2 times a month, and if you guys follow the channel, you guys might know that every single Friday I release a video called Amazon Tool Deals, and this is a video basically going over tools that I find on sale or tools I think are worth purchasing. This is kind of branching off of that and going into other categories that I really enjoy or other things that I find interesting, whether it be EDC, camp stuff, fish stuff, hunting stuff, gadgets, technology, electronics, gear, I mean, all sorts of things. So we're going to be going over a lot. In this video, we're going over 15 different items, so quite a bit more than our typical 5 or 6 from the Amazon Tool Deals, but that's kind of a small category. Whereas this is covering multiple different categories, so we have a lot more that we can introduce into this series. So I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, drop a comment down below. Make sure to smash that thumbs up. We'll try it out for a couple months. If it performs well and you guys enjoy it, we'll continue to do it. If not, then we'll squash it. But I will have all of these items linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested in any of them. Most of these items I do own, and the other items are items that I would or will possibly own in the future. So let's go ahead and get right into this. The first item up is this iPad mount for the desk. So this isn't just for iPads. This is actually something that is for quite a while was all over TikTok and multiple other ads and things like that. And I want to say on TikTok and other websites, these are running between $50 and $100, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I wanted to buy one until I saw that price, and then I found them on Amazon, and it's literally the exact same thing. Now, they have a couple different color options here. This is at $33.29, down from a list price of $37. There are multiple other brands and different designs, but there are a lot of other ones that are similar and then have self-clamping or clamping joints and stuff like this. This is really nice because it's all like machined aluminum. It's very sturdy. It clamps to the desk. It can rotate in multiple different directions. 3 bars, 4 joints, and so you can really aim this thing. I have my phone sitting on it right now, and it's really handy. It looks really good on the desk, and while it is a little bit more expensive than a lot of your other mounts, it's great for phones, tablets, I mean, multiple different things. It's got a lot of great tension. You can tighten them so they stay in place really well. And this has 4.3 stars at 115 ratings, and I just think this is one of my favorite phone mounts that I've ever owned. And I've had quite a few for my desk setup, but this is definitely the cleanest and most versatile one that I've had so far. Next up, we're looking at a product that I actually just picked up about a month ago, and this is the Stanley Adventure 2-gallon water jug. And I work outside. I work out of my truck, and I always have a big cup of water with me. And this summer has been especially hot. And so I figured I didn't want something huge. I didn't need like a 5-gallon or anything like that, but I ran out of water a couple times and it was rough. This has really come in handy. I originally picked it up or wanted to pick it up for camping because I have a water source mounted on my truck, but that's for showers and things like that, cleaning dishes. This is specifically for drinking water, but I've come to find out it's really handy for work. It holds 2 gallons, which is perfect enough for me to get through the day. With ice, if you fill it with ice, it'll last roughly 2 days being cold. Without ice or just a small amount of ice, you get roughly a day. So it's insulated decently. So the full price is $55, but it will drop between $40 and $45 when it's on sale. Just at about mid-June, it was down to $41, which I think is a great price for this. $55, I still think it's worth it at that, but it's definitely a much better deal when you can get it down into the 40s. They do have lots of different color options as well. This is actually the color option that I went with, but they do have multiple different color options available. And this has 4.6 stars with 1,963 ratings. Next up is another kind of camp item, and this is from Autoland. Campfire Grill, or it's collapsible. It breaks down into a flat pack, so it's super easy to stow away. Not all campsites have fire pits, and some locations around the country there's a fire ban to where you can't have a fire on the ground, and that's where something like this comes in handy. Not just like grilling is one thing, but like if I just want to have a fire, like this this will allow me to do that. And you can run coal or firewood in this thing. It also has the drop-on grate, and there are a lot of overlanding and camping companies out there that sell these, and they get very, very expensive for just a couple pieces of sheet metal that basically tie together. So this is one of the best priced ones out there. They're extremely lightweight, extremely low profile. You can see they break down to basically the size of a folder. This you can use for just a quick little setup fire pit, or you can use it as a grill. And they do have a couple different sizes. This one isn't extremely large or anything. This one's about 12 inches by 12 inches, just under, about 8 inches tall. So I mean, it's not super big, but they do have a slightly larger one at 15, so it's a little bit longer, same width. So they do have a couple different sizes, $45 for the larger one, $42 for the smaller one. But if you're one that likes to go camping or wants to have a fire pit, but maybe you don't want to build a fire pit and you just want to have a small fire, these are a great option. There are tons of other brands that make similar ones, but this is definitely one of the most versatile ones as far as breaking down and being able to take it different locations. So this has been as low as $31 back in February or March, and recently it's just been going up and down. But I think at $40, when you compare it to other campfire grills or portable folding grills like this one is priced really well. And there are some other larger ones out there, but I think this is a great option. Most likely I'll be picking this one up. So this has 4.4 stars at 537 ratings. Next up is a desktop clamp power strip. So this is fantastic for cleaning up your work desk. This is fantastic. So a lot of the times you'll have your outlet underneath your desk or wherever it may be, and you either run an extension cord with just a power strip on it, and you can set it up on the desk, but then it's moving around and it kind of looks, at best, or you're running all your cords from whatever's on your desk down the back of it, and then you just have a bunch of cords back behind your desk. Doesn't look great, can become a tangled mess. This brings the power strip up, clamps it in place, keeps it really nice and neat, so you only have one cord coming up the back of your desk. Everything can plug right into it, and then you can bundle everything right there on your desk or right behind your desk and tie it in place. So this can really clean things up, and it's nice having something that actually mounts so it's not moving around or anything like that. This one has 3 outlets, 2 USB-A's and 2 USB-C's at $30, down from a list price of $40. They do have one with 5 outlets and multiple, you can see there, 4 USB-C's and 2 USB-A's, and that one is at $40, down from $50, and then you can get it in black or white. And there are other brands that sell things very similar to it, multiple different designs out here, but this is actually the one that I have, and I've really enjoyed this. And this has 4.5 stars at 4,566 ratings, so it's rated highly, and it's rated quite a bit. Next up is another item that I'm looking at buying. I don't know if I'll get this specific one. There are multiple ones out there, but I do need another small safe. This one is the Amazon Basics Steel Home Security Safe with programmable electronic combination lock for documents, whatever you want to put in there. It's 1.52 cubic feet, and here are the dimensions of it. It's at $92 right now. You will see it drop to about $80. So I think for a safe, anything under $100 for this size is a pretty dang good price. They do have a slightly larger one, 1.8 cubic feet, and that one's at $91. So I mean, shoot, that's slightly larger, but that is on a Prime only deal, and I'm not sure how long that'll last. It'll probably take me a day to get this listed, so I'm not sure if it'll still be on sale at that price. But they do have multiple different sizes, and this is great for just locking away anything that you find valuable or things that you want to keep, from the kids, safety-wise and things like that. So I think this is a great option for a lot of different people, and this has 4.5 stars with 30,471 reviews. So it's rated very highly and rated a lot as well. Next up, we're getting into something that I kind of got into a little bit ago, was cable management. And if you guys have a computer or maybe 3D print, whatever you keep on your desk, printers, whatever it may be, cables can become a hassle when you start putting things on a desk. And keeping them organized, if you have OCD like me, can be a pain, and sets like this can make it a lot easier. So a lot of these have sticky backing, so you can put them up underneath the desk or on the legs of the desk, and you can route all of your cables and everything through it to keep them separated and keep them running where you want, instead of just kind of dangling and drooping wherever they want to. And this is a huge variety pack. There are tons and tons of brands out there that sell very similar sets. This has 4.6 stars with 5,454 ratings, and there's tons of different types of cable management out there. This is another one that I recently picked up, and I absolutely love these. They have the sticky backing and 3M on the back, and I have them mounted just underneath the lip of my desk, and I keep my two charging cables there, one for charging my phone and then one that actually connects to the computer when I need to transfer videos. And I got sick and tired of having to reach around, dig around for my cables that are tucked underneath and pull them up and plug my phone in. Now they just mount right underneath the lip and stay there at all times. So this has just a little magnetic flap, and you just open it up, toss your cable in there like you see there, and you shut it. And so it's easy to remove if necessary, if you need to take it out, but it's always there, and it keeps everything nice and neat and where you want it. This is an 8-pack of them for under $8, originally a list price of $13. You can get larger size packs as well, and I think this is a fantastic option for organization. This has 4.6 stars at 4,210 ratings. Next up is probably one of the best gifts that I've gotten in quite a few years, and I didn't believe it would be. We did a white elephant 2 years ago during Christmas, and this is what I got in the bag. And I was like, okay, I'll try it out. I always start my morning off with a Rockstar, and honestly, I'm not one of those that just sits there and chugs their energy drink. I'll usually finish it I'll start drinking it at like 8 in the morning and get done with it by noon. Typically, since I work out of my truck, it's sitting in my cup holder in my truck all morning to the afternoon. By the time I go to finish the can, it's basically boiling uncarbonated Rockstar. I got this and I was like, oh, I'll give it a try. And they're 16-ounce cans, and this is perfect for 16-ounce cans. I was shocked. I can leave it in there all day with the sun baking on my truck. And even with the can less than half, it will still keep the drink nice and cool. I was very shocked. And then it has this little freezer pack down here. If you want to run 12-ounce cans in it, you can toss this little freezer pack in there. Not only is it going to help keep that can cold as well, but it's going to keep it at the right height to fit in this. And then you can actually screw this top off, and you can screw this on if you just want to fill this basically thermos up with coffee or whatever you may want. I haven't used that part. It's funny, I actually have the lid right here. I use this every single day, and it was one of the best gifts I've gotten in quite a while, because I'm able to enjoy my drink all the way through the day. So they do have multiple different color options, and there are other brands out there, but this is actually the brand that I have. Mine is like a camouflage color pattern, which I don't see here right now, but they do have it. But this is at $30, not on sale. And honestly, it doesn't look like it ever really goes on sale. It was on sale last year at $23. You can also get these in other sizes as well. If you drink anything in the slim can or anything like that, you can get these in multiple different sizes for different can styles. So just keep that in mind. But this has 4.7 stars with 16,924 ratings. Next up, we're looking at a laser level, and this is something that I'm looking at getting. This is geared more towards homeowners or weekend warriors, DIYers. Professional level, that's not what this is. There are much more advanced, more expensive ones out there. But if you're just somebody that needs something for making sure that you're hanging things level, whether you're mounting a TV or pictures or whatever it may be, maybe you're building something inside your home or off of your home or whatever it may be, something like this is going to be great for your weekend warrior DIYer. The laser level, it's vertical and horizontal. It's got the bright green laser. It is rechargeable, so you don't have to worry about batteries for it. Now, it does come with a magnetic mount. It doesn't come with a tripod or anything like that, but it does come with a magnetic mount. There you can see the USB-C charging. You got manual mode where you can angle it and set it, or you have self-leveling mode, dust resistant, water resistant, and has a 1 meter resistance for falls. I thought at $50 it's a great price, and it actually has a 20% coupon, so you pay something like $39 after the coupon. So I think that's a really good price on this. This has 4.6 stars at 465 ratings. Next up, we're looking at some silicone rings or wedding bands, and this is actually a brand that I've been trying out the last couple months. I had a couple more expensive brands before, but I work a lot with brake clean and other things, and it tends to wear out on these. But I don't like to wear my actual wedding band to work because I work automotive related stuff. And so if you're in the automotive field or a field to where wearing your metal wedding band can be a danger to you, that's where these are nice. I've been using these silicone bands for the last, I don't know, almost 10 years, and they're just really nice and convenient. If you lose it, you know, you're not out whatever you paid for the wedding band. So that's also really nice. And if you get it caught in something, it's going to rip the wedding band or the silicone ring before hopefully it rips your finger off. So these can be really handy depending on what your occupation is, or if you just want something nice and light instead of having a big heavy band on. These are extremely affordable. So far these have held up really well. I have one on right now. Here they do have a 15% off coupon, so even more savings, and then you can select your ring size down here. So this is just the one that I'm trying out, so I figured I'd mention it to you guys. I have tried Groove Life as well as, what was that other, Quelo as well, and some of those can get pretty spendy. This has 4.3 stars at 142 ratings and is under $8 with the 15% coupon. Speaking of Groove Life, this is a belt that I have owned for over 5 years, and I absolutely love this belt. So in the past, military or after the military, I went through a lot of belts. If you're somebody that maybe changes size, maybe you put on weight, lose weight constantly, maybe you're fighting belt sizes there, I would just wear out belts if yours has just the holes throughout the belt, you know, for that foot section or whatever it may be. Mine would end up wearing out and becoming loose, or the belt would be worn. And so I've went through probably 5 to 10 belts prior to owning this belt. And this is the longest lasting belt and best fitting belt I've ever used. And while it is kind of on the more expensive side, it is well worth it. I haven't had to buy a belt in years. I actually picked mine up from Duluth Trading Company when, I think shortly after Groove Life became a company or sold there. I had never heard or seen them before that, and so I picked it up, and it's really nice. So it's a nice heavy metal plate here. It's got a magnetic backing on it, and then the actual band itself is adjustable. It comes with plenty. You can still put in your size that you want, and then you can trim it down. I always leave like 8 inches. I left like an extra 8 inches of material just in case for some reason in the future I decided to put on, 80 pounds. This belt will still fit, but it's also elastic. It's got a little bit of give to it, so it adjusts really nice. Once you get it fine-tuned into your size, like putting it on and off, extremely fast, extremely easy, and very durable. Here, there's like on the back of the big front plate, there are like 2 claws that kind of basically go into these little locations, and then this is the magnet right here, so you basically slide them over each other and they lock into place like this. And so it's really quick and easy, and they just fit really well. So I think it's well worth it. It's been one that I've really enjoyed. 4.7 stars, 22,070 ratings. It's on sale right now for $50, down from $70. They do have tons of other front plates and color combinations and stuff like that. Next up, we're looking at the Foxwell OBD2 scan tool. This is kind of like a scan tool / code reader. It's not a full-on scan tool, but it's more than just a code reader. This is at $55.99 on sale from a list price of $90, so it's even at its full price. It's still below our $100 limit. Foxwell, Alltail, Launch, Ansel. I mean, there are a few brands out there that are really good for the price, and then there's a lot of ones on Amazon that I've never heard of, but there are a handful of really good units for a good price. And this specific one, you can read DTCs, you can erase, You can view freeze frame data, live data. You can do an evap test, monitor sensor test, emissions check. There you can see what it looks like when you're viewing live data. It even has built-in DTC definitions to kind of help better explain to you what the actual code means. So I think for the price, this unit, while it's not a full-on scan tool, it's a lot better than just your generic code reader. You can do quite a bit with it. For $55, $56, I think that's a great deal. This has 4.5 stars with 28,358 ratings. Next up, we were looking at the Leatherman Skele tool. This is the stainless steel version. This one I wanted to mention because I wanted to throw in, I have a decent amount of experience with multi-tools, but only with Gerber and Leatherman. I've also owned a couple no-name ones, and the no-name, or the, just mass-produced cheap ones, they're cheap for a reason. Now, I do know that there's a Gordon one that was released at Harbor Freight that a lot of people are enjoying. It does have its cons, but for the price, I know a lot of people enjoy it. So if you're not looking at spending the price of one of the better Gerbers or one of the better Leathermans, then the Gordon one might be a good option for you. But I wanted to mention this one because I really like its design. And the stainless steel one here is actually $15 cheaper than the other Skele tools out there because they have kind of a fancy paint scheme or color scheme to them. This one is just the stainless steel. I think it's a good design. I like the jaw design, the open jaw design, the cutter at the base. You can see the knife included, the screwdriver bit. I like the overall shape. You got your clasp there on the side, and it's a very low profile tools. Now, granted, this one doesn't have quite as many tools inside of it as some of the other multi-tools, but I like its low profile, sleek design. But Leatherman does have some really good stuff, but some of their items can get quite expensive, and I think this one's priced pretty decently for this tool. But once again, they can get pretty spendy. This one has 4.8 stars with 5,564 ratings. Next up, real quickly, we're looking at a couple of smart plugs. So this one is considered a smart plug. This isn't what I have. I'll show you kind of what I have, more of what I have than this. These are plugs that you can use to just plug into your normal outlet, and then whatever you plug into it, you can then control with the Govee app on your phone. So if you plug this into the wall, put a lamp on it, then you can go into the Govee app, name that outlet, lamp, and then when you go in, you can turn it on or off from your phone, or you can set it on a schedule. So whether you have it on a light plugged into it or a fan plugged into it or whatever you may have plugged into it, you can control it all through the app on your phone. This one is at $30, down from $36. This has 4.6 stars at 598 ratings. This is basically an updated version of what I have. I've had mine for many, many years, so mine are really hard to find now, but it's basically just an outlet that plugs in to your outlet. You plug in whatever you want, and instead of using your phone, you get a couple remotes. So like I have a remote mounted right next to me that controls my shop lights as well as my shop fan. So these are fantastic. Once again, you can use them for basically anything. The only difference with this is instead of running through an app and being able to have like an on-off time, it's controlled with a remote that you can mount or carry with you. And this is at $27. And it has 4.6 stars at 1,768 ratings. This is just one of the brands that I selected that was more my style. There are tons of other brands out there that sell things very, very similar to it. And then last up on today's list is the Thermacell E-Series rechargeable mosquito repeller. And I put off buying one of these for a long time because I thought they were more of a gimmicky thing. I found one on sale at Walmart one time, decided to pick it up, and by golly, it actually worked. And it worked pretty dang well. They actually last pretty long. This has got a 12-hour refill with it, and I was actually really surprised with how well this worked. So this one's the 20-foot range. They do have multiple different designs that reach different, area sizes. Like before, I was using these little burning repellent coils, but then I was having to worry about my dog and my son stepping on it if I didn't have it up on a table, and then I had to worry about the smoke and stuff bothering them, and it was just kind of more of irritating than it was handy. But this has proved to be pretty impressive. So this has 4.0 stars with 22,606 ratings, and that is it as far as the very first Amazon EDC tech gadgets and gears video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. Once again, all of these items are linked down in the description for you guys, and if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this new series.